Touchdown! San Francisco!
McCaffrey's going to score.
He gets picked off by Hufanga. Fred Warner with the INT. George Kittle.
That's a sackaroonie, baby.
The ball is out. It is picked up. Run back the other way.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Gold Rush podcast. I am your host, James Takar, and it is a very special episode, folks. It's not going to be as long as the typical episodes are, which are usually about 18 to 20 minutes, maybe a little longer sometimes. It is the special Halloween trade deadline edition, and of course, we cover the 49ers here. There were many trades at the trade deadline, but the 49ers only made one move. However, it happened to be a pretty big one, and one that we can get into right now, folks. Please welcome defensive end Chase Young, traded from the Washington Commanders. He's now in the red and gold. Love to have him here. Former, second overall pick in 2020, a year after Nick Bosa was drafted, also second overall. They were former teammates at Ohio State, and he is going to be a huge boost to a potentially, probably the weakest spot of the 49ers team, period, in general, because that's supposed to be the hardest hold of the team, the pass rush, and it has not been living up to that. But before we get into that a little bit more, let's state out the obvious here. What's up with this? I just said it's Halloween. You're probably watching this November 1st, so it's Christmas season, it's turkey season, but I'm recording this Halloween night. And I decided to stay in the costume for y'all because why not? When will I ever do this again? If you can't tell who it is, I'll put a picture here, obviously, but WWE legend Kane, and my girlfriend was The Undertaker. We were the Brothers of Destruction, obviously. I'm a huge WWE fan, and it's turning her into a WWE fan. So what can I say? I think we absolutely killed it. This was just a little homemade piece. You know, it doesn't look that great when I'm sitting down here, and my tubs was definitely sticking out. But hey, it's all good. I think it looked pretty good all together and everything. I had a belt. Unfortunately, he didn't have a mask. Kind of a main thing with Kane was his mask, but I didn't have. It was very last minute. I literally cut this up the night before Halloween, so technically, as I'm recording this, literally last night. I think I did an okay job, though. We did the same thing last year. We waited till the last minute. We were Hercules and Meg, and last minute I just cut up some old clothing and this and that, but that wasn't that great. I look like. I'm not even going to put a picture up, but it was bad. It was bad. But this year, I think we definitely looked a lot better, and it was a lot of fun. It seems like nowadays, everybody has their own water bottle, and they're carrying one around. And what's the best way to keep track of yours? To get it customized with your name on it and things that you like, things that inspire you or maybe just your own interests. And that's what I've got on mine. I've got my name right there. You can see it, JVEN. With the 49ers logo and the Golden State Warriors logo on it. Perfectly stainless steel. And hey, you can get your very own at differently_unique83 on Instagram. That is DIFFERENTLY_unique UNIQUE 83 on Instagram to get your very own custom water bottle. Hey, support small businesses, folks. It's engraved. Real good quality. I love my water bottle. You can get your very own. Again, that's at differently_unique83 on Instagram. Check them out, folks. So, Nick Bosa, Chase Young. As I'm getting ready this morning, it's the 49ers trade deadline. There's talks here and there about Jalen Johnson, Chicago Bears cornerback, 24 years old. He's going to be a free agent next year. He's rumored to get traded, to get moved. This is the 49ers' time to get a franchise cornerback. And to also, fill in. The secondary has not been a very strong part as well. We're waiting. I'm sitting on Twitter. I'm refreshing. What's his name? Urza Cleveland gets traded. Montez Sweat got traded. He got traded to the Chicago Bears. Hey, we're just talking about them with Jalen Johnson. What are the Niners going to do? Literally, as I had to leave my house to do my commute to San Jose, bang, 49ers trade for star edge rusher Chase Young. And, he has been very solid for the Commanders. He was former Defensive Player of the Year, rookie Defensive Player of the Year. But he just has not been on the field as much as he should for a franchise guy like that. And unfortunately, injuries have been really his whole career since his rookie year. And so, of course, Niners are betting on another injury-prone guy. We saw what happened with Jason Verrett, with D Ford. But I think, honestly, if we're going to go for any injury-prone position, pass rusher is the one to do it for, because of the rotation that we're able to do it. We traded for Randy Gregory previously, just a couple weeks ago. And we signed Cleenan Ferrell in the offseason. And then Javon Hargrave, of course, on the inside there. So the edge rusher has a lot of talent. And plus you've got Drake Jackson there, who was drafted, I believe, 2 years ago, who had a 3-sack game week 1 and hasn't really been as productive since. Definitely want to see a lot more out of him, but he probably might not even be on the field. And I honestly think he might get packaged up in a trade. But the Commanders, 49ers trade a 3rd-round pick and are only paying Chase Young $600,000 this year, which it could be just a 1-year rental, or for 9 games, a 9-game rental for Chase Young, because he's set to be a free agent next year. Very surprising that Commanders traded him after trading Montez Sweat. I thought that it was going to be one or the other. Montez Sweat was literally the first move this morning, and so I thought Chase was going to stay and get extended. Didn't happen. I know that the Washington, front office and 49ers have got some connections, so hey, that's how important it definitely plays a role. Chase Young. So let's talk about how much this helps the defensive line, and especially Mr. Nick Bosa. So Nick Bosa currently, we all know he's been getting so many pressures. He's got such a high PFF grade, but he hasn't got the sacks to back it up. His 44 pressures, which leads the team by a pretty wide margin. The next most, 14. Nick Bosa does make the quarterback uncomfortable. However, only 3 sacks on the season. So he's getting there. He's just not finishing. And teams are putting him in one-on-one now, and he's really not able to get around them. And yes, he had a 40-something day holdout with his contract. He got paid. And, he kind of talked about that a little bit. But hey, buddy, we're in week 9 of the NFL season. Let's shake off that rust a little bit and let's get going, which I believe after this bye week, that's how the Niners are going to roll. He's got 15 QB hits and a 23.1% win percentage. And let's compare that with Chase Young, who's got 38 pressures, 5 sacks, which will lead the team as soon as he lands in San Francisco. Frankly, he's on the team already. He leads the team. 5 QB hits and then an 18.4 win percentage, which will be second to Nick Bosa on the team. So we're basically getting almost a second Nick Bosa on the left side. That's going to be nasty. And, again, they're former college teammates at Ohio State, the Ohio State University. And so you got to think that there's some competition there between each other. They're going to want to make each other better. Hey, what was it? Fire with fire, you fight fire with fire, or something like that. I don't think that's exactly the right reference that I'm trying to make here, but Chase Young, Nick Bosa, they're going to make each other better. And again, Young will probably not be on the field all 4 downs because we're not going to need him to. I think Randy Gregory might be a better run stopper than he will be, but hey, let's limit the injury risk. And Chase Young, 3rd downs, hair on fire, get after him. On obvious passing downs, just let Chase Young just go, hair on fire, get the quarterback, and that's really where he's going to shine. Again, unfortunately, Niners did not upgrade at the cornerback position. However, it does sound like they were trying to. There was apparently a trade agreed upon within the Niners and the Giants for cornerback Adoree Jackson. Unfortunately, the Giants reported it too late, which I've never heard of happen, and so it didn't go through. Now, Adoree Jackson probably was not the number one option. I think Jalen Johnson was in place. Unfortunately, the Bears came in and said, yeah, we're not trading him. We're not trading him. We're going to stick with him through the season just to not sign him, it sounds like. Jalen Johnson will not have contract talks with the Bears this season, and he is set to be a free agent next year. So, hey, we can relive these talks again in the offseason. Hopefully, with the Lombardi Trophy. Oh, my bad. Yes, so Jalen Johnson, he's out the window. Adoree Jackson sounds like he was coming in. And then Rasul Douglas got traded to the Buffalo Bills. And I think the Niners were in on him as well. However, I don't think the Green Bay wanted to bolster up San Francisco. That's what I've seen some tweets on. Or X, whatever you want to call it. And so they traded him to the AFC. Rasul Douglas, hey, any corner I would have been happy with. Even Adoree Jackson. Just to bump Diamador Lenore inside. I think Adoree Jackson could also play inside, actually. It's pretty talented coming out of USC. But either or all, not enough talk about the what ifs. Oh, we could have done, should have done. We got Chase Young, a pretty dang good player for a third-round pick and a compensatory pick for that. I mean, I think the Niners got a really good deal, an A-plus deal. I don't know what Washington was thinking. Montez Sweat went for a second-rounder. We're getting a younger guy. We're only paying $600,000 for him. I don't know how John Lynch does it, but he always finds a way. And this has definitely moved. Hey, it adds some confidence to Steve Wilks as well. You've got another toy. He's got another toy to play around with. We know that there's rumor mills about him coming down to the sideline again. We'll see how that works out. All in all, I think that's about it for this episode. Chase Young, welcome to the 49ers. Super happy to have him. It's crazy how much talent this team has. This might be the most talented 49ers team of all time, potentially. Very excited. It's going to be a long bye week and then a long week leading up to the Jacksonville Jaguars game, which hopefully Chase Young will play in that. That's going to be all, folks. I'll see y'all in the next one. 49ers got better today. Love to hear it. Make sure you check out all the socials. They will be in the description below. If you're listening on Spotify and you're driving in the car, you can just wait to check it out later. But if we're just watching or just listening in your free time, go on ahead and check it out. I think I post some funny stuff sometimes. Alrighty, folks. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in to the Gold Rush. I'm your host, James Takar. Peace out, faithful.